Attention gamers. For as long as I can remember, I've been an ADC main. There's just something about popping out in those late game teamfights looking like you just snorted a lethal dose of G Fuel straight up your taint hole, and now nobody comes close to the late game scaling you have in your kit, to which you celebrate with a victory parade all over your right click button to ace anyone in your way. But I've always felt like getting to that point was a coin flip, and that you were at the mercy of the morons that Riot has decided to assign as your coworkers. I told myself this for 10 years while never managing to climb in the role, because I figured if the enemy team had a cat that practically got bottle fed her entire life to the point where she could build full tank and just spin to win, slaughter my fake family while having a 3-level advantage on me, what did my skill have to do with it? When my support was acting like she had a sixth sense and phantom ulting like she could see dead people, while I was left to deal with the 16 kill level 18 enemy Kanye as just a little measly nepotism hire in the Piltover Police Department, there was no shot any player at any rank could overcome those odds, right? So I set out on a mission to prove a petty point by finding a challenger ADC player and seeing if they can win a game where I am their support, while I will be doing all the brain dead things that my supports do every game with help from my community on listing these out for me. The last thing I needed was a challenger player, but Heisman would rather play dress up. Professor Akali was busy fertilizing his eyebrows, and Tyler 1 was preoccupied having his 69th meltdown of the month, so I had to turn to my good old friends at tappin.gg. The only site that I found where you can buy friendship or coaching and not have to worry about someone scamming you or stealing your data.
China.
So I request an ADC player. I get matched with Mr. Farhan, who was the rank 1 Kaisa, so I tell him my theory, ask him to prove it wrong, and then slap this Discord button to lose my comms virginity with this challenger player.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Just rubbed one out to the new Lux skin.
Nice.
Anyways, after a bit of small talk, I ask if he thinks there's a difference between silver and challenger ADCs.
For sure there is a difference.
And that he's gonna prove it firsthand.
I'm gonna show you how big is the difference between them.
So I ask, what about when there's a support gap the size of one you'd find in a criminal's employment history?
As long as you are a good ADC, you can adapt yourself, you know? With any situation.
And I'm thinking he's in for a rude awakening before I ask how he feels about Nico support.
I hate that champion, really.
Alright, so we get in game and I execute support tactic number 1 by soft tilting my lane mate from telling them I'm lagging.
Show me your MS.
But it turns out he has even worse ping, so I have to revert to my next strategy, which is when your dumbass support solo invades for no reason without having a single blue dick on a pig's plan or way to accomplish anything before feeding half their team gold before the first wave.
It's fine.
So I apologize, but he doesn't seem fazed.
It's okay.
And then I can't tell if he's this confident or just trying to match my level of sarcasm.
It's always good to give the advantage to the enemy. He's so smart, not gonna lie, really. It's insane, man.
But I'm not just gonna flat int, I'm gonna do all the annoying little things that the mouth breathers who get auto-filled supports in my game do, like sit there auto-attacking as a minion even after the enemy engages. Sure, I'll launch a timely Fruit Loop, but then I'm gonna overcommit like a kid who ate a whole weed brownie before his SAT.
Okay. Okay, we need to wait a bit for level 2 or 3, okay? Ouch, my champion is so weak level, man.
That said, supports in your standard silver game don't say, oh look, my health is lower than a limbo bar in hell, maybe I should go back and heal up. No, they stay longer than a herpy on a whore until it's too late.
It's fine.
But I don't want him to think I'm trolling, so I just blame it on my keybinds.
Okay. You good now?
Then I queue up annoying ass behavior number 63, which is AFK auto-attacking minions thinking you are helping while really just making it harder than an erect dick for the ADC to get his last hits, and eventually he confronts me about it.
You're testing me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have so much potential to be ADC main, like, you like to take this risk.
Then straight back to having the positional awareness of a burnt waffle fry and seeing how fast I can lose the lane pressure we had going for us, but he's still cool as a cucumber.
Very good.
Yo, if I give a potential employer your number, will you say I worked for you as a pole dancer for 6 years?
Yeah, got you.
But then he was all business.
Okay, now whenever they come aggressive to us, we can just fight them, okay?
I'm a minion.
Now I'm on my
a
power
minion.
spike. Yeah, okay, be the minion.
But I had a different plan, and it involved being a little Hogwarts baby all by myself instead. That said, his positive attitude earned him a brief moment of me acting like a human as I rooted Obama's wife and actually tried until he asked for Ignite.
Ignite?
But a silver support never just ignites when you expect them to ignite.
What's Ignite?
So I decided to just auto run and flash in place instead.
It's okay, we got fun. We good.
And then I say it's because I forgot my EU account has Flash on F and people who use Flash on F are monsters.
Oh, happens. It's fine.
Boy, you are one chipper little optimist, aren't you?
Exactly. This game is not only about the skills, it's also about the mentality, you know?
And how many Xanax you shoved up your shithole in order to tolerate this piss fest of a game? You're shoving more up there now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Anyways, back to business, playing a skill shot support while having accuracy that went to the store with your average league player's dad and never quite came back either. And then when we get a gank, I do what I would call baiting them, and while anyone with eyeballs would call making an easy gank somehow worth for the enemy team, but Farhan the carrier did manage to get 2 kills.
The best support in the world.
And since Nidalee was putting all kinds of punctuation after his play, I had to step in and defend my homie, you know. So we push in and I tell him fuck the plate, let's play peekaboo, as I promise I will get him a kill. But here's the thing, I took red trinket because the only wards my supports have in their lives are the ones they visit twice a month to see their crackhead mothers. But he starts accepting me for who I am while giving me tips on how to make it better.
But you need to act like a minion, you know?
And call me crazy, but I think I was doing a damn near spot on impression of a minion.
Okay, now we need to kill them. If we kill them now, we come back to the game. And there is no way for them to win. Okay.
Fight this, I got you.
You got me? Okay, you got them?
Okay, I didn't have him, but I also wasn't gonna let him get the shutdown when he got back because that would make it too easy, so I took that for myself. But despite my efforts in doing my best fetal alcohol syndrome survivor / auto-filled support / first time using a computer teammate that I'm used to, he was still able to do this.
That's what I want to see.
So I had to take my talents global and start shedding my brain cells elsewhere while telling everyone I ran into the pin to my bank account so they could withdraw cash every time they saw me. And I knew once I saw him get one shot pop like a true ADC, I would know my work was completed.
Great success!
So his work was cut out for him, and I was ready to stand by his side, as a cannon minion in this particular case, ready at a moment's notice to ask this top-heavy sperm cell where he thinks he's going.
You genius, bro.
But then 2 Chains comes in and we have to get a bit creative in order to win this fight, which has nothing to do with how much gold I've slipped to him under the table thus far into the game, and long story short does land us both behind the black and white screen bars.
Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know?
Minions never walk there, you know? But it's okay, yeah.
And minions might not ever walk there, but they also don't land a 3-man flash fucking ult on these soy boys in a river, which lines up an easy pick and a well-deserved hype from my prepaid for best friend.
You're so good at the game, what the fuck?
So we push mid until Samsung Galaxy Puff the Magic Dragon comes in trying to Tron puke me back to base, but we kill him and I totally don't die to his ignite right after. Then he starts questioning if I'm actually as bad as I've been playing.
The way you know, you could be really a good actor, I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm thinking, oh, I'll show you acting. I'm about to win a motherfucking Oscar for my next performance as caster minion number 365, and you better be ready because best supporting cast is going to you, buddy.
Oh my god, so smart. So smart. Go here, go here.
And then we accompany Toys R Us Orin into river because word on the street is his dead ancestor is gonna make an appearance, which was worth the wait because he got us a free Baron and had Obama questioning Riot's competence purely based off of my confusing performance in this game.
Do you sit when you pee?
Not that much, but yeah, sometimes.
I like to sit backwards because then you have an armrest when you're pissing.
But nice.
Or a little table for your mid-piss snacks.
Exactly.
Anyways, Pulsefire Feeder was pissy about my inting ass one-shotting him, so it was only fitting for us to ask him where his health went once again. Update: he somehow has managed to get gigafed, so I was gonna rely on the rest of my teammates also being dumber than a doorknob to help me prove my point.
I cannot do anything about that. Okay, minion, go. Okay, oh my.
What is that damage?
This damage?
And at this point I was wondering how someone could be having so much joy playing this game while simultaneously rooting for him to die in every fight.
Below me, I'm ignited. Okay, I survived.
Which brought me to my next tactic, which is randomly AFKing for long periods of time. But Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky Carry my asshole was over here keeping himself so giddily entertained.
Whenever you're hiding, you need to be quiet. That's it. That's the challenger tricks, okay? Shh, you need to be quiet. Shh. It depends. I do this to him, you see? I like pucha, it's like a... Oh, I wanna ask you something. I wanna see your your opinion about that.
Okay, at this point the conversation got extremely political, as you can probably imagine by the way I was dressed, but long story short, I asked him how committed he was to helping me get into a room with Joe Biden so that I could challenge him to an arm wrestling match.
As much as you are.
And in between our elaborate schemes for me to prove my masculinity by winning a feat of physical fitness over an 80-year-old political figure, he was easily hard carrying every team fight.
Do you know, it's like pentakill. It's my ultimate, you know? Pentakill.
But I wouldn't be acting like a true silver support if I followed up any ace by helping him push a wave or an objective, so instead I decided to go split push and clear random jungle camps by myself while panning my camera on him until I died, and then he followed suit shortly after.
Where you been the last 5 minutes? You were splitting?
Yeah, split pushing. It's a strategy I came up with.
Oh, you're so smart.
So then I asked him what I can be doing to carry games like he does.
You are mechanically gifted, like you are a good actor, so as long as like you get better in terms of like game knowledge, and then you should be able to win every single game, no matter what happened.
He then was a total G by giving me an undeserved blue buff. Then we slap an albino Drake before collectively informing 2 chains that being tardy to the party in this part of town results in a 100% mortality rate inside of Dragon Pit.
Easy clap in the chat.
Then I flat out shoot a Fruit Loop into a different time zone, but it didn't stop him from 2-shotting that Bollywood bozo right after anyways. So yeah, we kinda just stormed the base like it was a beach at Normandy, and I'm not proud to say that I don't think I could have been any more of a piece of shit stereotypical silver support outside of flat running it down intentionally feeding. So with my head low, I am sad to admit that playing ADC is not actually coin flip, and I think we can all learn a lesson about being such a happy chat from Mr. ATX Farhan as I ended my tapin.gg session with a tip and a promise to play again soon.
I told you we never lose. If we believe each other, no matter what happened early game, if you keep the mental good, everything should be okay.
Rav out.